What's wrong? You all right?
What's the matter? Are you okay?
Mommy! Mommy!
Oh, grandfather!
What's the matter with you, my child?
A monster! A monster will set fire to the city and trample on the people who try to run away.
Could be demons. It looks like a prophecy of some sort.
A prophecy? Come and look at this. This one looks like one of them. You know what it is?
Probably. The guardian of the Azumis. He's called King Ceasar.
King Ceasar?
There's a legend among the Azumis. It's handed down by tradition. Long ago, when people from the mainland came to conquer Okinawa, a huge brown monster appeared and saved the royal family of the Azumis. The monster's name was King Ceasar.
What is up, all my kaiju friends and kaiju fans? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room here in Greater Cincinnati. And as you can see by my opening there, I'm going to do a custom piece today that I got as actually a Christmas gift this past Christmas from the guy who makes all my sculpts, Mr. Mark Seng Yang. It was an unexpected surprise. I got it in the mail in like late November of last year. And he had a tag on it that said, "Do not open till Christmas." And it drove me nuts. And when I opened it, I was pretty much awestruck by it. It's amazing. I will bring this sculpt forth right now. I'm back, everybody, and here it is, my custom King Ceasar Awakening sculpt. That's what I call it, Awakening. From the film, the great film, 1974, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Thing is, in my opinion, it's approximately a 30 centimeter scale figure, if it was a full figure. It's pretty detailed overall piece here. As you can see, here's the back of the whole rock formation. Pretty detailed, pretty nicely done. Nice details on it, all over it here. I really like how Mark did that. On the front here, same thing. Got some nice details over here with some like green mossy type of material on the giant mountainous rock formation where King Ceasar was buried. Same thing on the opposite side here. Same deal, some very nice details with the structure and texture of the rock, and also some green mossy effects. On top of the rock formation, we got some really cool moss bush type effects on top of the mountain here. It's really nicely done. And on the very back here is a battery pack and a white button. Now, and you might ask, what does that do? Well, I will show you what that does. Does that lights up King Ceasar's eyes, just like in the film, which is pretty cool. I think it's really neat. And I opened it at Christmas, and I seen it, and I was like, well, wait a minute, what's this? I was like, no. I seen the button, I pushed it, and sure enough, his eyes lit up, and I just took me right back to the scene in the movie where his eyes light up, and then the mountain explodes, and he comes up and does his roar. It's pretty awesome, just like in my opening of this here video. So, but it's a really nicely done piece. I will have some size comparisons momentarily, but and the movie, I remember when I was a kid and watched it, it was like they talked about King Ceasar, and he was the guard of the Azumi people, and he would to protect them and their lands and all that. And I was like, what does he look like? And come to find out, you know, he looks exactly like the little statue pretty much, just a big giant kaiju. So, but I liked how they revealed him in the movie, where the statue was involved in the reveal when the sun rose in the west and hid and reflected directly into his eyes. The statue revealed his location, and it shot lasers into the mountain and blew the top half of it open, and it revealed King Ceasar inside sleeping. And that's what this is basically, and I call it the King Ceasar awakening piece, because to me that's what it is when he awoken. But that whole movie is awesome. And in that movie, I think King Ceasar was giving Mechagodzilla a pretty good beat down at the beginning, and he had the power to deflect Mechagodzilla's rays, his lasers with his eyes, which was a cool power he had. And but eventually Mechagodzilla wore him down with his missiles and stuff, and his chest laser and stuff, and it was just too much for King Ceasar, and he was starting to get crap beat out of him. And then all of a sudden Mecha G was going in for the finish, and all of a sudden Godzilla pops up and saves the day. So it's a really good movie, one of my favorite Showa movies, definitely in my top 5 of the Showa era. But this here was a total surprise from Mark, and I appreciate him doing it. I did not expect it. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, the button, when I seen it, it blew me away. I was like, oh no way. And sure enough, I was holding it on my lap, and I reached back and pushed a button, and bam, his eyes lit up. So it was really cool. But yeah, the rock, the mountain is very well detailed, and with the nice moss effects and the mossy bush type effects on top. So I think he did a masterful job with this thing. And I cannot complain, and it was a gift. I guess it was a gift in earnest from me supporting his sculpting talents, which to me, that was me just wanting what I wanted and what I've ordered already and what I've gotten and what I've got on back order with him. So it wasn't a big deal, but it's a big deal to him, and it meant a lot that he did this for me, and I appreciate it. I think right now we'll start my some size comparisons with this guy, and we will go from there, and we'll do the first size comparison right now. I'm back here. What? What's that?
Destroy King Ceasar while he's sleeping.
Alrighty then, I guess they want to fight it out here, right here on my table. Okay, this is of course the Mechagodzilla 1974 30 centimeter X plus. I've got him up here without his rock base, so he'll kind of stand if you're careful with him, so I'm going to try to do this. But they look really good together, and like I said, I think this King Ceasar is a 30 centimeter in scale if it was a full figure. So, oh, okay, I'm going to put him like this. There we go. But these look pretty cool together. Really neat. I really like the whole movie scene when they send Mechagodzilla to the alien's controller tells him to Mechagodzilla destroy King Ceasar while he sleeps, and he doesn't quite make it. They awaken him right before the Mechagodzilla is going to drop the hammer on him, so it's really cool. All right, we will go to my second size comparison right now. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here's another size comparison with my custom King Ceasar Awakening piece. This is my custom puzzled Godzilla 1974, or cocked head Godzilla, either way you want to call it. But this was also made by Mark Seng Yang. It does replicates the scene where he first meets the robot version of himself at the refinery area, and he goes like this. He's like when he sees himself, and this is what this represents and depicts is that particular Godzilla emotion in the movie. So, but they look pretty good together. We don't have a true 74 30 centimeter yet. I'm hoping that we will get a 74. There's a lot of people in the X Plus group that wants a 74 30 centimeter, and I want one badly. Maybe the X Plus will do the Monster Maker 28 30 centimeter kit. That is an awesome 74, and that would be a good starting point anyway. Anything really. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that want a 74, and I'm one of them. So, but this is my custom 74 puzzled Godzilla, along with my King Ceasar Awakening sculpt. We'll go on to another size comparison right now. I'm back, everybody, and for my next size comparison, I have the 30 centimeter Anguirus 1968. He was in the film. He got viciously attacked by the fake Godzilla or Mecha Godzilla, but everybody thought it was Godzilla at the time. He really put a whooping on Anguirus, actually. He busted his mouth up pretty bad and sent him away crying. So, but these scaling looks pretty good. I'm trying to bring up 3 X Plus figures that I know people may have that would show some scale to this. So these look pretty cool together. I like Anguirus was in the movie, even though it was almost like a cameo. It was still pretty cool that he was in it right at the beginning, and then later when he fought the fake Godzilla. So he wasn't in it a lot, but it was cool he was in it. Alrighty, we'll go on to my final size comparison right now. I'm back, everybody. Here's my final size comparison with my King Ceasar Awakening piece. It is the X Plus Godzilla 1975 30 centimeter figure. Great figure there. That is the Rick I have. I've just never switched it out for their alternate arms and the Mecha Godzilla head. I have those up in a drawer in my diorama room, but I do have them. But I know a fair amount of people have this and have the Mecha Godzilla 74 and the Anguirus. Just trying to show the scale of this thing, 2 of them. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, I will do some final thoughts on this thing, and we'll do that right now. I'm back, everybody. Closing comments on this. I was not expecting it at all. It came from Mark and blew me away, really. It was a kind of just a thank you for supporting him and all his efforts, and it was pretty awesome. He did it. Took his time and his efforts and all that. As far as King Ceasar inside the thing, I meant to mention this earlier. His sculpt is only like down to his chest area. That's as far as his body goes in the mountain. Behind him, you can see the wiring that goes to for the eyes. But this is a really cool piece, and I love it. It's unique. It's scenes from the movie, one of the best Showa movies out there, and it's really cool. And I do thank Mark for doing this for me. I probably eventually would have asked for something like this. Actually, it's funny, but he knew I always asked for unique sculpts and unique things, and I definitely would have eventually probably asked for this, and he would have delivered as he did here. So it's a really nice thing. I will bring the camera forward here momentarily for a close-up of this. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I would also like to wish everybody a happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July. This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati, and I will talk to you all again on another video, probably before long, not too long. See you later.
When the sun rises in the west, then place this statue on the sacred shrine of the gate of Azumi Castle.
Darling!
What's the matter, Grandfather?
The monster, as you prophesied, Godzilla has appeared on the mainland.
Hey?
Only one thing can defeat Godzilla, and that is our own King Ceasar. But nobody can find the key to unlock the divine monster. Oh, Godzilla, destroy the people of Japan who once tried to conquer the Azumi tribe. You will be the instrument of our revenge. She must go. King Ceasar can only be woken up by a direct descendant of the Izumi royal family.